Hi everyone, Melissa here, coming on today with a My Creative Time design team project and a tutorial. Starting out, we have the thin bow dies, and I'm using this one here. The leaf wagon add-ons plate die, and I'm using one of these here. The flower wagon add-on plate die, and I'm using these flowers here. Wagon sentiment Stampin' Dies, and I'm using these three here as well as this one. And the Spring Watercolors 2025, and I'm using the lavender paper. And then the 3x3 trifold card dies, as well as the 3x3 fancy envelope die, and that's what the tutorial will be on today, how to create the box as well as its magnetic closure. So if you'd like to see that tutorial, just stick around to the end. Okay, starting out, we have the 3x3 trifold card, and starting out, I cut this out in white, the whole thing out in white. Then I took a piece of that lavender paper and cut it out with that trifold card. I just used the top part of that and popped it right on top of there. Added a couple bowls to layer those up, and then I used the stamp set from the wagon sentiments. And the inside is just pretty simple. That's how I created that. All of them are the same, so I won't show you the other one, but they are all the same, except for the sentiment. And there goes those. And then this will be the beginning of the tutorial. So if you have that 3x3 fancy envelope die, you're going to cut this out twice. And then you're going to just take a piece of paper and lay it right across the top to create this right here. And that's going to be the piece of paper that's going to hold your magnet to the inside of the envelope. I've already created how the top layer of my box will look. Then you're going to take the bottom part of your envelope, and you're going to cut about a little less than 3/4 of an inch going across each one. So I'm going to do that right now, and then I'll be right back. Now you have two pieces that look like this, and we're going to just go ahead and fold on the scored lines for each one. And you can use your bone folder to make it more prominent, but I think it'll do just fine without the bone folder. So I'm just going to fold those down, as well as on this one as well. Hopefully I'm in frame for everything. I'm trying to also look and see what I'm doing. Okay, now next up we're going to just lay these together like so. Now what you do want to do is make sure whichever side you're going to use as your top, make sure that that layers right on top like that, so that everything will look very clean when you go to put it together. So all of your sides will be like that. So you want a clean look. I'm going to add a little bit of adhesive on this side here. So whatever side you want it to look very neat, which I suggest the one that's going to show for your top layer, that's the one you need on the bottom when you add the glue. So let's add that glue, and let's just kind of even it up there as best as you can. So that's pretty good right there. And you can actually take your bone folder and just kind of make sure that's down flat. Okay, next what we're going to do is we're going to add the magnets. So you need one here and one here. And I will have a link down below where you can purchase some magnets. Mine are actually left over from Tuesday morning, but I did speak to one of my friends, and she linked to where she purchases hers, and that will be down below for you. I'm just going to add a little dab of glue right at the top. so that I can put a magnet there. Make sure you have the correct sides for the magnet as well. So like this is how it's going to go together. So I need that back side of the magnet to stick on there. These were adhesive magnets, but they've gotten old and all the adhesive came off, so I am just putting that down like that right there. And then I'm just going to flip this around, and we're going to do the other side. I'll make sure I have that right, and we're going to lay that right up there, about in the same spot. If you have adhesive, you can actually just kind of lay it together and put it together already. Okay, so once you got your magnets down like that, this is where you're going to take your piece of paper and just pop it right on top, glue it all down so that your magnets will be covered. You're going to line up the top of that so that you won't be able to see the magnet. And there you go. There goes your magnetic closure, and it should stay together. And you're going to close it. So now we're just going to glue down the side. Remember to take note at where you're going to lay this. Like, you don't want to put that way, because it's not going to be a good seam for them to see. You want it to all look nice and neat. So that will go like that. Gonna do the other side. And I usually check to make sure it's laying flat. I usually check once I put this down while the glue is still pliable. Make sure you are checking to make sure it's going to stay flat. If it's not, you have enough time to adjust it. Once I have that, just go ahead and take your bone folder, push down the sides, make sure everything's glued nice and tight. And there it goes. That's your box with the magnetic closure. All right, I hope that helps for the ones who wanted to see how I put that on. Like I said, the link will be down below to Amazon, where you can purchase your magnets if you don't have some already. All right, that's all I have for you. Thanks so much, everyone. You all have a blessed and crafty day.